You have to be able to adjust the tension using your lapels. It's very key. If this is loose, it's like reeling in a fish with a loose line. You're not going to be able to effectively do it. You need to create tension and you need to reel it in, and then constantly reeling in. So you have to create tension by pulling and adjusting your grip. Sometimes it's too loose. You need to adjust the grip. Whether you grip this way, when you grip this way, like for tug of war, nobody plays tug of war like this. It's this, because you have maximum muscle groups involved in that pulling. So when you're pulling, I suggest you pull like this, not switching it to like a thumb down grip, you know what I mean? Or a thumb up grip where you're pulling. This is more like a boss grip, cranking the head and neck, okay? So what I want to show you guys, simple warm guard. Let me see, Miguel, let me use you real quick just so you can feel it. I'm gonna let you guys feel it, okay? So what happens is this. It's in my guard, we start in closed guard, okay? Obviously you want to set up the lapels, okay? So as I feel him posturing and standing up and what, yes, right here, look, I have the sleeve, I have the daily heat, okay? All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit up by pushing him away here. I'm gonna take this lapel here, okay? I'm gonna feed it under my right leg to my left hand, okay? Now rotate your leg back and rotate this way, okay? I'm gonna be feeding it. I'm gonna sit up, I'm gonna feed it with my foot on the hip. I'm gonna feed it from my right hand to my left, and I'm gonna pull so that there's tension on my seat, but don't fall over, there. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is this. As I'm tilting over to the left side, I'm gonna reach underneath, okay? And I'm gonna create this tension as my right knee is basically across his hip line like a bar. So I can scissor sweep him here, okay? So I can begin to take him back. If he drops down on a knee, he'll typically, yes, you do this right here, okay? You can adjust the tension. This tension has to be blocking his knee from getting above my knee. Because if his knee is over my knee like this is not good for me because he's wedging himself right through that passage. I need to block that and keep the knee above. So what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna keep driving forward, here, and I'm gonna just come up, back step here, okay? As I let go, once again go to north-south matrix here, chop them out, okay? But this sweep is fairly simple because there's a commonality here. He's down on his back knee and his right knee's up. Yeah, so they post up this knee here. Look, I'm gonna sit up, feed it, pass it, and hand off right here, okay? My right knee is above his knee, and all I'm gonna do is coming up, and I'm gonna be like scissor sweeping in this way. Sometimes they stay strong, and I'm driving them with the knee here, okay? I can get here, and then constantly stepping over and getting to this position here. Whether you get here, the key is this arm, and the key is the control with your hip on their shoulder, and immediately controlling this arm. Because from here you have Kimura's, okay? But he'll probably grab his collar somehow. Yeah, the bottom one here, okay? And now from here, you can begin to do arm raisers here. And lock this up. He's probably gonna go to his knees here, okay? Because you see his arm is kind of stuck inside here, and you can arch away and create a lot of pressure. But we're not going to do that. Just a sweep for now. Here, you watch. Let me borrow Jesus and Bird. You're going to get into this sweep in a very, very common way. The second that your guard opens, even stay down on the knee, okay? Whenever they post here, knees are down, bring the calves together, you're pushing this hip down here, good. Yeah, that right foot comes up, right there, okay? What I want to do is, I want to just sit up, pass the lapel from my right hand to my left, okay? I sit up, pass it from right to the left, and the right foot goes past the hip. I don't want it on the hip. As I fall back this way, okay? And I want to grip it down there. If I grip here, it's too loose. I want to grip it underneath. I'm going to pull and have good tension right here. I have a lot of options here. I think we've done this before. But this particular one, he drops down on his knee here, and it becomes difficult to sweep him this way, this way, this way. So what you're going to do is you're going to apply pressure onto here. Okay. Don't fall back. Did you fall back because of pressure?
No, I just got.
Okay. So look, over here, here, and I'm applying pressure with my knee, like I'm driving it forward. As I back step here, as I can go here, and I can keep walking around the head. Even if you get here, it's fine, because one way or another, you'll be able to turn him on his side and get him into the north-south matrix. So one more time. Just put your right foot up, left knee down. Okay. I have his right lapel here. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to fall to the left. Whenever you fall into the left, this is already what's called worm guard. Okay. If you're to the right, you'd be doing a reverse deal of worm. Okay. So as I push him away here, and as I'm going here, like I can get my foot out, come up, and then I'm just going to be driving him forward with my shin. And you get to this position here. From here, I want to be here. I could mount, but what I would rather you get, because if you mount, you can go to an S mount. But I would much rather you guys continue to step over the head. He's going to defend his arms because he doesn't want that. Line and control. And keep pressure down, because I see he tried to defend his hands with his hands, but I broke the grip by doing, see how he gripped there right here? I just kept pushing down with my chest, because now he's not holding on to anything. And from here, what you want to achieve here is pressure with your hip on his shoulder and pulling this arm into your chest so that you can maneuver it with your upper body, not with your hands, as I apply pressure. Because here, you come up and out. So that if you see it here, you can defend, let's say, I mean, obviously I can get it, but here I can drive forward and drive his hand down. As I'm driving it down, I come right back up and over. Okay, so one more time, sweep. And we're just gonna start with the back knee down. Lead knee, right knee is gonna be up. Pull out that lapel, okay? I just sit to your right, I pull myself, and I feed, okay? I start with on my right side, and I sit up and pull with this hand as I sit up. You could also do this. To hook that, pass it from the right to the left, and then you're gonna pass it back to the right hand as I'm locking this kind of re-entry, because I want my knee above his hip, okay? So from here, as I'm trying to sweep him, he's kind of staying strong. Get up on my elbow, I scoot out so my left shin goes in front, and then I'm just gonna stand up as here I'm gonna just drive him forward, 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 forward. If I drive this knee through here, you have the S mount, okay? But the key is to use these lapel sweeps just to get on top. Where you go from there is up to you, but you're already on top. The real leverage that you have with these lapel type of guard sweeps is you're exposing their back. And you can attack their back and threaten their back. And they're going to defend their back so easily, so vehemently, that they expose their top and they'll go to the back. Okay, so one more time. I have his lapel, foot starts on the hip. I turn on my right side. Why do I turn on my right side? So that this leg can swing like a pendulum and my right hand is gonna pull, okay? So I can sit up. Do this. 2, and 3. The second I hand off, my right foot goes past his hip and kind of kicks up in his armpit as it comes up and over his knee. That's very important here. As I reach underneath, if I go here, it's too loose, okay? And he can take this knee, he can push it across and get his knee through. Now, I'm not like all dead from here. I just made a mistake. It's a recoverable mistake, but he's still tangled in the gi, okay? So you wanna overreach. As you fall to the left, you wanna reach underneath and tighten it right here, okay? If he's standing up, you still keep taking him over that, yes. Because if you go this way here, this is very nice here. As you get into an S mount from that particular sweep. But what I want you guys to do is to get the shin out. So one last time. And you also may be standing up because it's a lot of tension. Because the more tension you pull, the more your shin gets locked around their waistline, and that's what you want. And with this knee over, you want this knee over. Doesn't matter which, whether you're doing reverse tail worm or worm. Here's worm. Here, and this knee comes over as I overreach. So what I'm doing is I'm blocking that foot. This leg's got to do something. Instead of it just dead, I'm going to block this right here. I overreach, and I pull. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoot away as my foot goes shin to shin here. If he stands up, it's okay. Because I'm going to stand up too as I keep driving backwards here. Look, if he falls that way, I have an S mount. As long as his knees stay underneath my knee. Because he's folded like a fetus here. I can go here, okay? And get to the S mount matrix, okay? I would rather you guys walk around. So that you're gonna push him over so that you're gonna back step, back step, back step, back step, back step as your shins are gonna be across. So one more time from here. Back knees down. I have the lapel. Because usually this is just hanging here. Now look, this is standard daily Hiva. Look. It's all there. Feet are here. Okay? If I tilt to the right, this is gonna be reverse. The other one. Okay? From here, tilting to the left, okay? As you see my right foot, very important, okay? He can't push my foot down with his right hand. He can barely even reach it. As I'm constantly just balancing him. Now I get up on my elbow, I scoot my hip back, get my shin to shin, and all I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna come up, and I'm gonna drive him forward. Forward here, as I back step here, okay? You have a couple options. You can even go into triangles and platters, all that stuff here, okay? But what I want you guys to do is, as you get here, you will let go, okay? And then you will begin to just walk over his head, because he's gonna defend his arms, okay? Connect it here, and keep that arm away. Keep that arm away, okay? If he gets that arm on the inside, move your feet back. Good. I see that defense here, look. I'm just gonna drive his hand down. See? Now what's he got there? Look, I even grab his hand. Because now if he even grabs anything, he's gonna grab my hand. Okay? So if they're grabbing here, I know one thing. He's got nowhere to grab. Yeah, see? Look, right there. See how he broke that grip? And as you're pushing it down, this hand is not very effective because it can only reach what it can reach. If his hand were out there trying to push my knee or something like that, and I lower my head, look, now try to regrip with your right, yeah. See, I take it out of the game as I go. All in one unit. I don't want this. I want with your whole upper body you're lifting. But one last time. I want this sweep. And you're just gonna stop right here. Knees down, got the lapel, turn to the side, come up, feet it, right to left, and I immediately start falling back to the left as my foot blocking. Here, come up on my hip. I'm gonna scoot back, shin to shin, and I wanna drive him towards my belt. So it's like I'm standing up in base. Elbow, knee, and my shin is driving him forward, forward, forward. And you're just gonna get here. You're gonna slide right into here and head down, okay? As that arm's exposed, typically there, you're gonna bring that arm in and frame it, because if he brings it on this side, yeah, he's very uncomfortable here. What do you feel right now, Jesus?
It's just both my arms right here.
So what would you do with your arms if you slowly, yeah.
Sure.
So you have more right there, right away, okay? But what I would want you guys to do from here is to back up, and if he does what he should do here, and he keeps it low, I'm just gonna go here, and I'm gonna go right through here, and immediately go for the north-south matrix. So Miguel, if you get this from here, this is beautiful. You have arm locks, you have arm raisers, you have kimuras, you have darces, you have a whole bunch of stuff. But let's do the sweep. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Left knee down, right knee up. You're gonna fall to your left. You're gonna go